Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, January 26th goes to the Baseball Writers Association of America. Yesterday, they revealed their votes for who will be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. One person got in, and that's David Ortiz. Big Papa. Drop on the clues bombs for Big Papa Ortiz.
It's Big Poppy, man.
What
Big
is
Poppy, not Big Papa, Big Poppy.
Well, Big Poppy.
P-A-P-I.
Okay, I thought he loved it when I called him Big Papa, but it's Big Poppy. All right? I know nothing about baseball, okay, but I know Big Papa. No, Big Poppy, David Ortiz. All right, and I know he deserves to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, so salute to that man. But, of course, the Baseball Writers Association of America is not getting donkey for who they inducted, but for who they excluded. Okay, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, Curt Schilling, Barry Bonds all fell short of the 75% threshold for induction. And what was their 10th year on the writers' ballot? Barry Bonds came the closest of the four, falling 36 votes short of induction at 66%. Clemens was 39 votes short. Schilling appeared on like 58.6% of the ballot. Sosa received 18.5% of the votes. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not a baseball fan. I've been a casual baseball watcher my whole life. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even call myself a casual baseball fan. I'm below casual, okay? All right? I'm the guy that thinks ESPN is boring as hell when it's not football and basketball season and all they are talking about is baseball. I'm from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, though, so we had TBS. Braves was always on, all right? And since rappers from Atlanta like Outkast and JD used to rock the Braves hats and jerseys, I would watch the Braves. Drop on the clues bonds for the Atlanta Braves. Okay, Ron Gant, David Justice, he was dating Holly Berry. They had that mean pitching team, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine. But I know nothing about baseball as a below casual baseball fan. But I will tell you this. I know all of these players that they didn't vote into the Hall of Fame, well, at least a few of them. You and I all know why they didn't get in. Okay, it's because Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Sammy Sosa are all the symbolic faces of the Steroids-Era. And Major League Baseball, Baseball Writers Association of America, y'all just need to embrace something. Y'all just need to understand one thing. For us casual baseball fans and below casual baseball fans, hell, for all the diehard baseball fans out there who live and breathe the sport, I think we can all agree baseball was better when everybody was on steroids. Okay, I'm not about to get into no debates with you about whether or not steroids is good for people. I don't know. But I know it was good for the game of baseball. And you a damn lie if you say otherwise. Curt Schilling, hey, he shared memes containing hate speech against Muslims and transgender people. The latter of it got him fired from ESPN, so I understand if he doesn't get in for that. But Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Sammy Sosa, I don't care if they was eating bowls of steroids with almond milk. Let them in the Hall of Fame, okay? I did some research this morning. And by research, I mean Google. All right, and Google backed up exactly how I feel about this situation, like it does most things we are searching for. But I came across an article in the Sportster, and it was the top 15 reasons steroids was good for Major League Baseball. In fact, the article says steroid scandals might have rocked baseball, but there can be little denying the positive impact they had on the game. Baseball purists might enjoy a 1-0 game, but people like me, okay, your Uncle Shala, I loved watching baseball in the modern era because of them damn home runs, all right? I like baseball games that look like a low-scoring football game or the score at the end of the first quarter of a WNBA game. Like the Packers 49ers game from the other night, that was 13-10. I want my baseball game scored like that. That's how it was in the steroids era. All right, not to mention attendance for games rose during the steroid era. Not only did home runs and run production improve, pitching had to improve. Our mistakes left over the plate could easily be knocked out the park. All right, star players could use steroids to recover from injuries and play even better at the same time. Would you like to know some more of the 15 reasons Major League Baseball was better during the steroid era? Or would you like to know all the reasons? Okay, baseball was better during the steroid era because of attention. All right, viewership went up. Casuals like me was watching. Money. Steroid era made billions in revenue. When those home runs was going up, so was the money. All right, the steroid era narrowed the gap in coverage and interest between the MLB and NFL. All right. The number 12 reason on the list was what I'm trying to convey this morning. The game was simply more entertaining. Sports is an entertainment business like everything else in this society. I'm not, going to do them all. I'm not going to do all 15. Look them up yourself, but create a run production. Do we remember the 98 home run chase between Mark McGwire and the former Dominican who now identifies as a white Canadian, Sammy Sosa? Okay, Mark hit 70 home runs. Sammy Sosa hit 66. Okay, you got steroids to thank for that. All right, 40-40 Club. Jay-Z wouldn't have a name for his establishment if in 1988 Jose Canseco didn't get 42 home runs and 40 stolen bases. In the steroid era, Barry Bonds, A-Rod, All got in the 40-40 club. Thank you, steroids. Okay? Not to mention Barry Bonds. Now, Barry Bonds would have been great without steroids. All these guys would have been good or great without steroids, but Barry Bonds in particular, you don't get that great, that legendary just because of steroids. It just makes your skill set that you're already gifted with better. But Jeff Payson, a columnist for ESPN, he broke it down way more eloquently than I could. Let's listen.
Jeff, I know that you've got a column up on ESPN Plus right now calling the Hall of Fame a failure for its omission of Bonds. Why do you believe that?
Because I think that the Hall of Fame exists best as a museum. And a museum talks about history. And you cannot tell the history of Major League Baseball without the man who hit more home runs than anyone, without the man who hit more home runs in a single season than anyone, without the man who won 7 MVP awards. I'm not trying to look past Barry Bonds' steroid use. It's bad, and it was obviously bad, but the reality is he was one of the greatest players in history. He's right up there with Babe Ruth. He is right up there with Willie Mays. And the fact that the writers did not induct him, I think, is a true shame.
What he said is absolutely true. The Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, is like a museum, and you can't tell the complete story of baseball without Barry Bonds in the steroids era. Period. Embrace it. Okay, the steroid era is like anything else in life. It's part of the process, and you have to embrace the so-called good, the so-called bad, and the so-called ugly. And the use of steroids may be ugly for Major League Baseball, but damn it, it made the sport of Major League Baseball good. And every time y'all deny the steroid era, in particular Barry Bonds, you make the Hall of Fame less valid. Please give the Baseball Writers Association of America the biggest hee-haw. Now, Reg, you got a Boston Red Sox hat on this morning. Put the mic in Red's face and put it right by his lips. Do you think that the steroid era was better?
Yeah, I think it was better, but baseball today is great too. But
don't watch it, wouldn't though. Are they back on the roids?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say no for now.
Okay, Envy, did you a Yankees fan? Did you think the sport of baseball was better during the steroids era?
It was great. I mean, I love the fact that they would be chasing a record and you would get to see that during the game. But I mean, baseball is still good when it's good.
Nick, you don't think it was better than the steroids era?
No, it was better. It was.
Oh, it was better. Okay, you don't like it now. Okay. That is all. Carry on.
All right.
Don't debate me about it because I don't care enough. Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.